Hey everyone, it's Deborah Khadija again, and I'm coming to you with, of course, another great topic. And this one is everything to do with yourself, okay? Because relationships, no matter who we have relationships with, the relationship with yourself is primarily important. Because if you're not a whole individual, you are beneficial to absolutely no one. Not to yourself, not to your children, not to your mate, not to your employer. You're not good for anyone. You're partly good, but you're not good. So let's start with you. Let's make you whole. Okay, let's start with, first of all, let's start with your thoughts. What do you think every day? What do you think? We process from about 50 to 70,000 thoughts a day per person. Okay, you have to kind of monitor those thoughts and keep those thoughts positive. Okay, that's one way of starting with you and loving yourself, because a lot of times we love ourselves based on how we've been treated, or what people said, or how people view us, or what we've been told throughout our life growing up. We view ourselves as that, and we process those thoughts, we process those feelings, we process other people's ideas of ourselves. And we've even given ourselves crazy ideas about ourselves, and we allow those thoughts to penetrate our mind constantly, over and over and over again, on a daily basis. What you need to know is you're manifesting those thoughts. Thoughts manifest, okay? And they manifest. And when they manifest, all you do is relive those same negative thoughts every day. So you got to change the pattern. You have to change the flow of your thoughts. Change the flow of your thoughts. Make your thoughts positive. Tell yourself that you're beautiful if you don't feel that you're beautiful. Tell yourself that you're handsome if you don't feel like you're handsome. Tell yourself you're not what people labeled you to be. You're not that. You're not that individual that someone said you would never amount to be anything. You can change that right now. And I'm telling you this for free, okay? I'm not charging anyone anything. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm trying to sell you yourself, but I'm not charging you to do it. I want you to find yourself. I want you to begin to love yourself. I want you to stop caring about what others think about you. That has been your problem for too many years. Too many years. You got to make this change right now for yourself. Before we can go any further about your mate, who you're going to marry, or anything else, we got to start with you. Yes, Y-O-U. This conversation, this relationship, this subject, this topic is about you. Because if we don't start with you, we ain't going nowhere. If we don't start with us, we're not going anywhere. We have to bring everything back home. Doesn't matter how many years it's been. It doesn't matter. We have to come back home, and we have to revisit. No, not revisit. Well, no, we do need to revisit. We need to revisit certain situations and make some changes. And the changes need to start first off in your mind. In your mind. What are you thinking about yourself on a daily basis? How do you feel about yourself every single day? It matters. And if you're in a relationship with someone and you're feeling this way, it sucks, because now this person has to suffer with all of your oppression, your bad feelings about yourself, whether they were told to you by this person, whether they were told to you by your parents growing up, whomever it was that made you feel this type of way, wherein you had to process these crazy thoughts every single day about yourself. And I'm talking about, what do we say? 50 to 70,000 thoughts per day. Hey. It's time to reel it in. Reel it in. And I want you to start every day this is what I want you to start to do. I want you to get a notepad, a sticky notepad or anything. It doesn't matter. Pen and paper. Okay? And I want you to start writing down all of the thoughts that you have. As much as you possibly can. You may not be able to write down every single thought, because that's 50 to 70,000 thoughts to write down, right? But I want you to start paying attention to some of those thoughts that you're having. Pay close attention to the thoughts that you allow to occupy space in your mind. Renting. They're renting, these thoughts are renting space in your mind. And you are the provider of the shelter for these thoughts. You're providing the shelter for these thoughts, which is in your mind, right? And you're allowing these thoughts to dictate your life. Why? Because thoughts, after you think about them so long, they manifest into real things. And you start to believe exactly what you're thinking about every single day. So write those thoughts down. Negative, good, whatever. Be honest. Be honest. And tell yourself, are you having these thoughts about yourself, or this particular thought about yourself every single day? Ask yourself that honest question. And then after you write this thought down, or these thoughts down, these few thoughts, because you're not writing down 50,000 thoughts. If you could, hey, do that. That'd be great. But you just need to be able to pay attention to those certain thoughts that keep popping up, and penetrating your brain on a daily basis, because you are reliving those thoughts every single day. Okay? You change your mind, you change your world. If you change your mind, I promise you, you will change your world. Change your mind. Change your mind. Everything that you may be going through, whether you believe it or not, it starts and it ends with you. It starts and it ends with you. You're not waiting for anything to happen. You're not waiting for someone else to change. You're not waiting for someone to treat you differently. You're not waiting for a bunch of money. You're not waiting for anything. And in all honesty, money is a magnifier. So money right now with a negative mindset is not a good combination. Okay? It's just not a good combination. Money, on top of all that crap that you're dealing with every day, will cause you to make some unwise decisions. Okay? All you who want to win the lottery, or just you want this great big thing to happen, or you got some money coming or whatever, you should change some of your ways. And the way that you change your ways first is by changing your thoughts. So those thoughts that I have you writing down, if they're negative, I want you to cross them out. Take a look at them. Think about, before you cross them out, I want you to take a look at those thoughts, okay? And I want you to kind of think about where they came from. Where did those thoughts come from? How did you start thinking these thoughts about yourself? If you started thinking them for yourself, or someone used to say them to you all the time, somehow you incorporated the belief system of what it is that you think about every day. And that is your belief system. That's actually your religion. What you think about every day is your religion. It's what you believe in. Okay, so write down these thoughts, and I don't want you to get too deep into who said them and how they were said and how often they were said, because that can get you kind of caught up. And if you do happen to think about who said them, when they said them, or whatever, that's okay. And if it makes you cry, it's okay. But what I want you to do is pay attention to those negative thoughts. And we're going to pay attention to these negative thoughts for hopefully the last time. Okay? And I want you to put I want you to write down an opposite thought to that negative thought on the paper. Write down the opposite thought to that negative thought. Okay? and begin to confess those positive affirmations that you wrote down about yourself every day. Because what we're going to do, we're going to use our words, right? We're going to use our words to change our thoughts. We're also going to also change our thoughts by thinking differently, training ourselves to think differently, training ourselves to not process that negative stuff, where it came from, who said it, how it was said, however you discovered thinking this way about yourself. Who knows? We're not going to ponder too long on that, but we're going to change it. We're going to change it. You and I together, we're going to change it. We're going to change the negative thoughts that you have about yourself every day. And I just believe in you that you will get to the place where you start to have 20,000 positive thoughts about yourself, then 30,000 positive thoughts about yourself, then 50,000 positive thoughts about yourself, and then you just get to, to the highest, to where even when a negative thought tries to pop up, it gets shot down with a whole bunch of positive thoughts, because the negative thought, it just can't stand, because it's surrounded by such positivity that you think and feel about yourself every single day. And when you think about how you feel, these new feelings, these new thoughts, these more positive thoughts, I want you to feel that way. You start to tell yourself, I am beautiful. I am beautiful. I am beautiful. I am beautiful. And if you're a guy, say, I am handsome. I am handsome. Say these positive things to yourself every day. Look in the mirror. Say them, say them, say them. You can never say them too much. You can never say them up too much. Don't believe the hype. Everything that people said to you about you, pretty much how your life is going to turn out, you could change that around by your words and your thoughts. And thoughts. You get them thoughts in the middle of the night. You get thoughts when you first wake up in the morning. You get thoughts. Okay? And you got to change them. It starts with you. In order to be in a relationship with anyone else, your children, with a significant other, a husband, a woman, a wife, whoever you are trying to be in a relationship with, you have to understand something. And this is vital. You have to be a whole person first. And even if you're not a whole person first, and I'm going to tell you why I say first. First meaning that parents should be developing whole people. No, I'm not saying that parents fail if they don't raise you to be perfect. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is they do their part. And then, as you become an adult, you have a part to play too. But what I'm really trying to say to you is this. You have to be whole in order to be successful. You're not whole if you're always wondering what other people say. You're not whole. You're incomplete. And being whole does not necessarily mean that you will be perfect. It doesn't mean that. Being whole is you are an individual. You are on the right path. You love yourself. You're headed for some successes in your life. And you are happy with you. Okay? You enjoy having a mate. You enjoy friends. You enjoy having people around. But if there's no one else around, are you happy? If there's no one else around, can you be happy? If you're the only one in the house, if you're the only one going out to dinner, if you're the only one going out to lunch, if you're the only one going to the amusement park, can you be happy with just you? If you answered no to that question, we got a lot of digging and searching and redoing that we need to do. Okay? It starts in your mind. It starts in your mind. someone around you may be asking you to change. They may be asking you to change. They may be asking you to change. They may be, can you please change? You need to change. You're this. I love you, but I want you to change. I love being around you, but I want you to change. You're like my best friend, but I wish you would change this. I wish you would change that. And if the thing that you need to change is a negative attribute, if it's a negative attribute, then you need to really consider changing your thoughts. Change your thoughts first, because it's hard. It's not easy to just change something that you've been doing for several years, that you've been raised in. And not only were you raised in it, it's something that was passed on. It was passed on too. It could be something that's passed on. So it's not like somebody, you could just wake up one day and be like, I don't want this anymore. I want to take it out. It doesn't work like that. You start with your mind, and then you begin to use your words, and you begin to monitor your actions. Monitor how you respond to things. And if you happen to make a mistake, don't beat yourself up. Tomorrow's another day, but you started today. Tomorrow is another day, but you started today. Okay?